Have you ever noticed how divine beings always seem to glow? From Jesus to Krishna to the Buddha, across cultures and traditions, they're all depicted the same way, with a radiant glow encircling their heads, a halo. But what if that glow wasn't just artistic decoration? What if it pointed to something real, something you yourself may have already felt? Those euphoric goosebumps and chills, that moment of beauty and truth so powerful, it ripples down your arms and legs, tingles at the back of your neck or swelling around your chest, and wraps around your head with a euphoric radiation. That's Frisson. And maybe this is what the halo and divine light really is. Egypt and Mesopotamia gave us some of the earliest visions of divine radiance. In Mesopotamia, around 2500 BCE, gods and kings were said to shine with melamu, a brilliant aura of power. In Egypt, by about 2600 BCE, the sun god Ra and the pharaohs wore blazing solar crowns to show divine authority. Centuries later, in Persia, around the 300s BCE, we begin to see this light pictured as a glowing disk around the head, radiating outward, most clearly in depictions of the god Mithra and the concept of Kavarana, divine glory. From there, the motif traveled quickly across cultures. It went from Persia to North Africa, India, Rome, and China. By 400 CE, halos were everywhere, shining in Christian mosaics, Buddhist murals, and Hindu art and sacred spaces. Along the Silk Roads, traders, monks, and empires passed the halo symbol from one culture to another until the halo became one of humanity's universal signs of divinity. In Hinduism, divine beings such as Vishnu and Shiva, along with goddesses like Lakshmi, were shown with Prabha mandalas, circles of light representing their tejas, the inner spiritual fire and divine energy. In Jainism, the Tirthankaras are consistently depicted with halos representing Kevala Jnana, knowledge, clarity, and liberation. In Buddhism, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, was encircled by the same luminous glow signifying his achievement of enlightenment. Over time, bodhisattvas like Avalokiteshvara were painted with flame-shaped mandorlas, vast ovals of light symbolizing compassion and spiritual fire. Judaism carries the theme as well. When Moses descended from Mount Sinai, his face shone with divine light. This was later described in Jewish mysticism as Or Ein Sof, the infinite light streaming into the righteous. In Christianity, Jesus was crowned with the cruciform halo marking his divine presence and eternal glory. Mary, the saints, and angels were surrounded with golden circles of light around their heads as well. In Taoism, sages and immortals are painted with auras echoing the flow of qi. In Shinto, Amaterasu, the sun goddess, is shown with rays of light sustaining all life. In Islamic art, Persian and Ottoman miniatures often show prophets encircled by radiant, flame-like halos of nur, symbols of divine light and spiritual presence. In the Sikh tradition, portraits of Guru Nanak often show a golden halo. But maybe the halo wasn't only a metaphor. In yogic philosophy, there is said to be a dormant energy within the central nervous system known as Kundalini. Often described as a coiled force resting at the base of the spine, this energy is said to awaken and rise upward through yogic practice. When it reaches the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, waves of bliss and inner light are said to radiate outward like a halo. Here, consciousness is said to expand beyond the individual self, dissolving into a state of universal existence. Modern neuroscience shows that Frisson is both measurable and tangible. Brain scans reveal that Frisson activates the brain's emotional centers as well as its reward circuits. These moments aren't random. With practice, they can even be cultivated voluntarily. On the body, goosebumps are clear markers of the experience, rising on the arms, legs, the back of the neck, and even around the head. The triggers are remarkably consistent: empathy, openness, and awe. These states light us up from within with an electric, illuminating sensation. The halo has been a universal symbol of the sacred, and maybe it wasn't just something artists imagined. Maybe it was something people felt. Frisson could be a glimpse of that same glow. It starts as chills and goosebumps, but the sensation can spread through the whole body, often peaking around the head. An inner radiance that doesn't just tingle the skin, it shifts your perception and heightens your awareness in the moment. In those moments, the world feels clearer and more alive, like your whole body is lit from within, radiating the same kind of presence that halos have symbolized for centuries. So maybe the halo wasn't only about the divine, maybe it was about us, about the light that can shine through anyone who taps into empathy, awe, and the raw truths of life. Have you ever felt a halo-like frisson sensation? Share your frisson moments in the comments, and remember this: good vibes, save lives, and I'll see you in the next one.